Hello. So this week a developer called Propair reached out to me on the internet and asked if I might like to take a look at some airports they are developing for Microsoft Flight Simulator. And in particular, they pointed me towards a free airport that's free for anybody to download from Orbx. So we're looking at it right now in the simulator. So this is Lincoln Regional. So we go and have a look at the page on Orbx. So here we go. So Kilo Lima Romeo Golf, Lincoln Regional Airport, developed by Propair. And as I said, it's a free download. So the real reason for their email to me is to point everybody towards their Discord server. So if you go and visit the Propair website, and you can scroll down, and they have a Discord server. So if you go and join their Discord server, within the Discord server there is a poll for which airport the community would like them to develop next. So if you go and look in Orbx, they've actually developed many airports and they are really good at it. But I think this is kind of original, that they are polling the community to find out what people would like next. I think this is a fantastic idea. So you can see the options there to choose from. It looks like Brussels South Charleroi Airport is in the lead. But who knows if it will stay that way. If we get everybody to go and vote, it could be interesting. So yes, if you go and visit the ProAir Flight website, go and join the Discord server and put your poll in, but also head over to Orbx and download Kilo Lima Romeo Golf. So let's go and have a look at this free airport, shall we, in the simulator. So if we go and fly down with the drone camera, and we'll have a look around and see what they've put together. And then we'll go for a fly around it. I've got the Archer 2 parked up down at the far end of the airfield. It's interesting, isn't it? So there's a couple of Cessnas parked up at this end. There's some floats, because obviously there's the river just over the way. Really nicely done. So if I'm just having a few problems with the drone camera. I am not the world's best drone camera pilot. There's a couple of planes dotted around at this end of the airfield. It's quite a spread out airfield. There's quite a lot of bits and pieces to it. There's some more floats in the grass over here. If we go and fly over to the other side. So we're going to make our way down. There's a lot at the other end of the airfield to go look at. So there's what appears to be a bar here. So let's go in close to it and see what it's called. Some animated figures around. So runway 17 and seaplane base. Fly high with us. Lincoln Regional Airport. So truck's on his way down the field as well. So we'll go and race him, shall we, to get to the other end of the airfield. So you can see there's a windsock. Really nice texturing on the grass. You can see all the cutting lines in the grass. So some sort of logistics place over here with some containers. Another airplane parked up. Some trucks. Another hangar. So let's go and read the signage here. So PK floats. Okay, maybe they make the floats. So if we come in over the top of the airfield, you can see this is all part of the scenery. It's really nicely done. We've got some telegraph wires down here. I love seeing that sort of stuff in the simulator. It really makes a difference. And there's some people down here. Let's go and see what they're like. Yeah, pretty good figures. So fly back into the air, and you can see there's a whole hangar complex at this end of the airfield. And the entry roads and the telegraph wires continue. Let's see how far this goes. Looks like it continues. That's going to be the edge of the airfield scenery then. It's very cool though, isn't it? So the hangar complex here. Some aeroplanes, a few figures dotted around. Wonder what he's doing. Fiddling with some pipes. So, come back round. Some storage over here. Another figure. And there's our little Archer parked up on the hard standing over here, or the apron. Let's go and get our Archer fired up, shall we, and take it for a quick circuit of the area and see what it looks like from the air. So we'll go and jump out of the drone camera, back into the airplane, and stop the drone camera from drifting. That's the Xbox controller for you. So battery and alternator on. And I will need to go full rich. Have I got throttles working? Yes, I have, which is always good. Okay, so I'm going to crack the throttle open. Going to put the fuel pump on for a second. We've got the correct fuel tank selected there. We can turn that back off. We'll go and put the anti-collision lights on to start the engine up. And turn the key and hope for the best. Okay, so we're at just about 1,000 RPM, which is perfect. Let's go and check those lights outside, make sure they're working. So yep, lights are working, beacon lights working. Let's go and get the avionics switched on. So avionics switch is over here on the Archer 2. The alternator. Listen to me. The transponder was already on. There is a tablet in the Archer 2. It's quite basic though. You don't really need it. Not for our purposes anyway, we're just waiting for the Garmin to fire up and then we'll get on our way. So I don't think you get penalised for location. Is that lined up already? No, hasn't got any. No GPS position just yet. I don't think you get penalised in this aeroplane for moving, or with the Garmin units while they're trying to align. Obviously, in the real world, it would introduce inaccuracy. Just going to double back on the runway. There we go, the GPS has just come alive. As I said, I think in the simulator it isn't wonderfully accurate in that regard. Okay, parking brake on. Just going to check the volume before we get going, so I think we'll be okay. Yeah, so we've got a -15 on the simulator sound. Give the nose wheel steering a bit of a wiggle. Hold the centre line. Through 60 knots and rotate gently, and we're in the air. There's a tiny amount of tailwind there on the climb out, but hardly anything worth worrying about. It's about 1 or 2 knots. So we need to turn to 160 degrees for the reciprocal, so we'll do that. And we'll have a look out the window as we go. It's a lovely area of the world around here. It's really nicely done. So there's the airfield. Lincoln Regional. There's 160 degrees and 1500 feet. Let's just trim the plane out for a level flight, hopefully. Let's have a look at this from outside then. Very good, isn't it? Okay, so we've ended up climbing while we were on the outside view there, so we'll cut the engine back a bit further. Oh, the simulator just stuttered. I'll be looking forward to the new version of Flight Sim with it not stuttering, hopefully as much. Let's turn back round. And fly in. So do we get any fussy lights or anything like that? So full disclosure, I have not taken off or landed at this airport yet. I've just loaded in on the ground and had a little look at it. So it's visual landing then. We haven't got anything in the way of guidance by the look of it. That's fine. Flaps down. So it's nice that there's no trees in the way of the approach for a change. There's a small hump in the runway just at the point where you're probably going to be touching down. Just here. Let's go full throttle again then. Our left turn out to 160 again, and we'll just orbit the airfield and have a look at it from the air before we come back in. Oh, we're on the stall limiter there. I'm trying to push the aeroplane a little bit too much. So the warning, the stall warning was kicking in. It looks very good, doesn't it? Okay, we're creeping back up to 1,500 feet, slowly. So we're back on runway direction. We're directly overhead the runway, or almost. And there's 1,500 feet. Let's lose that extra 100 feet in the turn, back to 160 degrees. Okay, there's 160, 1,500 feet. So we'll go downwind a little way. Turn back in, drop to approach height. Go for flaps. A bit more power to account for the drag from the flaps. The town's done quite well as well, even though it's just the AI version of it, obviously. Bring it in on approach. And reduce the speed. And we're down. So flaps can come up and we'll roll long. And go and park up at one of the other parking areas. So maybe over in this corner this time. Go and get a drink at the bar, shall we? We'll just park up. Okay, so pull the mixture back. Turn everything off. Or at least I would if I could get anything to operate correctly. Anyway, that's not the important thing today. The important thing is to take a little look at this airfield. So let's use the drone camera and fly back out. So this is Lincoln Regional from Propair. And as I said, I'll put links in the notes both to their Discord server and to the poll on their Discord server. So you get to have a hand in what they develop next for Flight Simulator. So hopefully you enjoyed that. So go and have a look at the link in the notes of the video and head over to Orbx and get your free copy of Lincoln Regional. See you again soon.